What up, though? My afro is looking, I don't know. I don't look too bad for 53. I look terrible? Do I look terrible? No. I ain't washed my face this morning. All right, so the subject is the gay agenda and Netflix. And I'm only talking about this, for one, I don't bash gays. That's between you, the legislators, and your God. So I don't, I don't do that. And I know some people who are gay, so it is what it is. That's your choice. But well, let me say and I understand that just like with any race, like you're starting to see more Spanish-speaking shows on regular programs because there are more Hispanic people that are pouring into the United States. So get that money. I ain't mad about that. You can't be mad about that. America has always been a melting pot. I get that. So you have cross gender, so on and so forth. So they cater to everyone, but when you're trying to cater to everyone, Netflix, I'm just wondering, do they do a survey on if we have, it's kind of like this. When you have main characters to a comic book and you turn the main characters into, like, say the main character was a woman, like in The Boys. Stormfront is actually a man in The Boys. They turned her into a woman. We seen the backlash of people. James Bond. James Bond is supposed to be a English white man, right? Well, the next James Bond is supposed to be played by a black man. And there was so much backlash from that. It's just like Idris Elba is one of the coolest dudes on the planet. How could you not want this guy to, this dude is just dynamite in all of the shows. He's just a dynamite guy. How could you not want Idris Elba to be James freaking Bond? I just don't get it. But when you change a character, as everybody's used to seeing, from one way of, thinking to another thinking, there's always going to be some backlash. So I was watching last night. I like to binge watch, Netflix, get my Netflix on. That's how I do. So I was binge watching The Umbrella Academy. I really, really like The Umbrella Academy. I've seen the first season. I like superhero stuff, genetic stuff. And they go into how they became, well, not necessarily how they became, but, they do some slight origin stories here and there, dibble and dabble, but it's kind of, they're going back into it now. So I really like it. But the second season, the girl who was held back because her powers are so ridiculous, who was held back, they in this season, they dress her like a man. She looks like a man. And she is a gay female. They put her in they put the second season in 19. Hey, happy Sunday to you too, love. They put the second season in 1963, right before Kennedy was killed. So that anybody running around who had homosexual tendencies and was acting upon it really caught some backlash, right? So they put her basically with a family that lives on a farm in rural America. And their beliefs are very straightforward. 1963, rural America. You can't get any more cut and dry than that. They didn't like black people. They didn't like gays. They had it in for the Nazis. Everybody was their freaking enemy. There was no liberal thinking. It was straight down the line, 100%, saying Republican, whatever. They did not like the Democrats, but nonetheless, there was no liberal thinking whatsoever. Don't get pregnant, don't get no abortion, no pregnancy out of wedlock, no abortion, no nothing. They were straight down the freaking line. So they put her on farmland, and basically during the story, the woman is being neglected by the man, the wife, and the son has some type of autism where he doesn't speak. So the son is 9, 10 years old, doesn't speak. So you have sympathy for the son. So you have sympathy for the family now. And the wife is having troubles taking on this son who has issues. And the father is a heavy drinker. So the father has an issue. He's a hard worker, but he goes to this club and he gets his drink on. So that's an issue with the father. I'm going to turn on some music here to help digest some of this. But I just wanted to get this out. Let me put on something else. But anyway, the father's a heavy drinker. Not heavy. He doesn't come home all messed up. But, he drinks. So anyway, so they put some kind of neglect in there for the father. Make it seem like the father. Anyway, long story short. Yeah, this is smoking. So what they do with the father is the father finds out that, the gay chick from the Umbrella Academy is gay because he didn't know what it was. And then he's like, yo, I gotta remove you from my family because this is my wife. I want my wife and kid. I want my family. And, he catches up with the wife. He's like, look, I know about what you're doing. He's like, do you love her? And she's like, yeah, I love her. But this is, while she's holding a gun to him because he's trying to take the son, to safety, because the son is bugging out. And he's like, I want my family to stay together. Well, the wife is like, you're not taking my son anyway. He's like, this is my son too. Anyways, they wrestle for the gun. The gun goes off. The kid has some powers and the bullet reflects off of the kid and shoots the dad. That's in a nutshell. So the dad dies. And, the gay chick is still trying to run away with the wife. I had problems with this, not because you wanted to illustrate or you wanted to bring gay into the atmosphere. You didn't give her a girlfriend. You gave her someone's wife. And that's my problem with it. It's trying to introduce homosexuality. I mean, they already did that with Klaus. Klaus is gay. He's gay and all over the place. But then you take it another step and try to destroy the family. And in this case, you did destroy the family. You killed off the father who said to the mother, he was like, listen, I was good to you. He's like, I never cheated on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hard worker. I went to work. He's like, and I never blamed you for our son being sick. He said, you can't ask for more than that. So, but basically the wife turned to the affection of another woman because she was being neglected affectionately. And it doesn't even illustrate that because the dad would come home and would be like, I'm about to make love to my wife. Come on, get on in here. I'm about to make, he would buy some wine. He's like, had a great sales day today. So he, to me, was not a bad father. He was going through some rough patches, but he didn't hit her. He didn't curse her out. He didn't talk funny to her. He loved his son. He loved her. He never cheated on her. And because she felt neglected, she cheats on him with another woman and they kill him off. And this just pissed me off about the whole damn thing. I mean, it was a good show. I binge watched the whole thing, but I couldn't get past the fact that they want to destroy the male in the family and take it over with another female. And You know what, it really bothers me because it shouldn't bother me because these are not Christian shows. And you can't ask somebody to be what they're not if they just don't want to be that. Netflix never touted itself to be some kind of Christian whatever. You know what I'm saying? And okay, Netflix, I get that. But you're pushing an agenda that is highly, highly dangerous to the family nucleus. And I'm a man. Okay, so if I ever did decide to have a family, there's just not a single chance in heaven for me as a man. And the woman, she kept saying, give me my son. And he was like, this is my son too. As if he didn't have a say in anything. So the whole scene, that just wasn't one scene. This is all through the whole series. It just kept pushing the narrative that the man was bad regardless. And the woman cheating on him was good. And cheating on him with another woman was good. And they wanted to run the way together to be in the future, which is 2019, where they know there's a name for autism, what's wrong with the child, and women can be together. That was the whole plan. But destroy this man. Destroy the family. That's my biggest problem with these even in the cartoons on the, and sadly, I'm gonna just have to stop watching Netflix or anything because you're just not going to. These people want to destroy the man so bad in the family that it's everywhere now. It just. You would think that I'm overreacting, but I'm not because I see it on my block. You know what I'm saying? I see how women treat men on the block and how they scowl at them, especially if they got kids. It's like, just because we're men, does it mean we're thinking about your children? Like, what kind of backwards ass people do you think we are? Like, every man is just up. If a man goes to a park and it's full of kids, all of a sudden the man is bad. He's trying to, do something. He's just sitting in the damn park where it's free to sit for everyone. A woman can run around with a camera all day and take pictures, but if a man pulls out a cell phone, and this has happened to me at the YMCA. Everybody's out, the pool outside. I'm sitting at the pool with everybody else, and all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. I'm getting stared at. I'm getting scowled at, and I was waiting for somebody to say something to me because I was going to go clean off on their ass. And they must have knew it because they didn't say nothing to me, but I knew what was going on. So I'm looking at my phone. I'm talking on my phone. I'm not thinking about your damn children. I'm trying to get some vitamin D out there. I'm trying to get some sun. I just got done swimming. I'm tired. I want to soak up some of this sun just like everyone else. It's like the man is automatically casted as bad, and you can't get away from it. You just can't. As a man, you can't get away from it. You're just not safe. You're easily blamed for stuff that you're not even thinking of. You don't even care. Mega so bad you would protect one of these people in a heartbeat. But they don't look at you like that. They look at you as you're bad first before you prove that you're good. And that's the problem with a lot of these shows. They're making it easy to digest that the male is only good for the seed, and then that's it. There is no other need to have a male around. But it's like, if you look at the whole dynamic of the male through God's eyes, you guys are so far off track, so far gone, that you want to replace a woman who acts like a man for the man. This woman is not as strong as a man. She doesn't think like a man. She doesn't have the instincts like a man. There are principles that are built in men that just are not built in women. And I don't care how much that woman lifts. If she wants to be stronger than them, fine. But you're not going to find a majority of women are stronger than men. And all this, All this, anything a man can do, I can do better. That is a damn lie from the pit of hell. That's a damn lie. And don't you ever believe it. And see, and then you have a group of women who are totally opposed to this. They're like, I don't want nothing to do with a woman. I need a man in here. But if these women don't start speaking out more, if these women don't start coming against this agenda and start pushing against this loudly, pushing against this agenda, you know what's going to happen? They're just going to get like they never were. They're just going to get passed right up. Because you're letting this destroy your family. It's destroying your neighborhood. And there are a lot of women who understand that, listen, I cannot let this go on. But if you don't start organizing and speaking up against the gay agenda, it's going to swallow you up. It will. And it already is. I mean, look at the whole, what they did. It's saying that if the man is in the house, you don't get your welfare. I mean, that was Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, wasn't it? You don't get your welfare. And then the whole 3 strikes, that was the Clintons who did that, right? Putting more black men in jail longer. That was them. That was them. They made the economy better, but they put more black men in prison and kept them there for long term for nonviolent things. Just for knowing who the weed guy was, you're going to jail. That's your 3rd strike. You're in there for life. This actually happened to a black woman. On one phone call, they put her in jail for life because she knew who the weed guy was. So this is just me just angry at what I'm seeing all over, even in my front yard. I'm just sick of it because I'm being attacked for something I didn't do. And not everybody is doing it, but I've seen, women look at me and then go and start whispering to each other, black women, and start whispering to each other as if I don't know them. I never did nothing to them. I never slept with them. I have no idea who these women are, but this is what they do, like looking at me. And I wanted to slap the hell out of them. I did. I wanted to slap the fire out of them, but I don't go around hitting people. I don't go around hitting women especially, but I don't go around hitting people. I'm 53 years old. I ain't got time for that. But it pissed me off that all of us, you don't even know me, and I'm the enemy. It just, made me mad. There's women around here who cross the street whenever I come down the street. They'll cross the whole street. And I'm like, I look that scary to you? And it just makes me not want to help them. I just, I know, and here's the way I was. I'm not helping no black woman no more, but I can't. I can't do that. Because not all black women are like that. But the ones who are like that, I see them and I remember them. Because there's some women around here who talk to me and they're good people. They don't, they're chill. So when they need help with something, I'll give them a ride or whatever. One lady, she keeps asking me to do stuff for her. And I'm just like, look, if you're not cooking for me, I'm not doing nothing for you. She's like, all right, I'll cook. Because I'm not charging her. But she's like, put my chairs together, hang my TV, fix my garden. I'm just like, you're going to have to get in that kitchen. I mean, if I'm not going to charge you, you want me to bring my drill over, you're not just going to be asking me to do it and not give up something. And I'm not trying to sleep with you, and I'm not asking you for money, so you better get your ass. And I told her that. I said, listen, you cook, then I'll come over and do some stuff for you. Other than that, I'm just not. I gotta have some incentive, all right? So like I said, not every black woman is like that. But the gay agenda is very, very dangerous to any family. Any family. Any family where there's husband and wife and anyone who if I was married, I would not watch the show. I like the Umbrella Academy, but I'm really starting to just not like it just because of that. That one segment, it just hurt to see. Especially when they killed off the dad, it just really, really pissed me off. But if I was married, I would not let this in my house at all. I would not, I used to have a lady friend I would date. One day she wanted to come over and watch Glee. And I was like, no. And I hardly ever told her no because she was one, beautiful, and two, she was beautiful. But I drew the line. I was like, I don't care how pretty you are. And I just looked at her and I told her no. And she was like, no. And I was like, no, I'm not bringing Glee into my house. I don't want to see two guys kissing. I don't want to see, this whole, I don't want to see it. And there was something else on Netflix I was watching and I really enjoyed it. But they had the son, he was black, and he fell in love with this Indian guy and they got kissed and that was it. I never watched it again. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not bringing that spirit in my house. I'm not doing it. You guys don't know, everything you watch, there's a spirit behind it and it can get in your house. Next thing you know, it tries to find a home in your house. Anything you watch does that. You don't believe me? Watch something you don't usually watch and see if you're not thinking about it all the time. You know what? You're not thinking about it. Something is putting visions of it in your head. Just watch any show. Just any show. Just pick one that you're not used to watching. And next thing you know, you're going to start doing it. And it could be a positive or negative. But next thing you know, you'll be influenced by it. That's because there's a spirit talking to you. And that spirit is constantly giving you visions of it. Next thing you know, you want to go out and do it. It could be good or bad. You know what I'm saying? And just test it out. You think I'm lying? There is a spirit talking to you. You wake up thinking about it. You didn't wake up thinking about it. When you woke up, the spirit knew you was awake and started putting images in your head. Next thing you know, you're going to go out and do it. From good to bad. It's just the way it is. From the Holy Spirit to the devil. That's just the way spiritual worlds work. They need a body to control. And that's how they do it. So when you watch stuff like this and you're constantly seeing it, next thing you know, it's like, I don't want to see this. And it's always being flashed in your head. And then you got to say in the name of Jesus, be gone. You got to rebuke it, because if you don't, it will find a home here and it will always be here. And if it finds a home here, it will bring other spirits with it. That's why when you watch violent videos and listen to violent music, next thing you know, everybody's your enemy. Don't be surprised. Then you're like, you know what? I need a gun. You don't need a gun. There's nobody after you. But you're thinking violent thoughts. No, it's not you. It's a spirit, and spirits talking to you. And then you go out and do something stupid, and next thing you know, you're the one who suffers the consequences. And that spirit just goes to the next person. That's how the spiritual world works. So anyways, it just bothered me about Netflix and even the animations in Netflix. Little Bootsy was talking about this. Little Bootsy was talking about how these cartoons have a whole gay agenda. What's that one cartoon where the dude is, everybody is animals, and the teacher, it's a kid's cartoon, and the teacher was getting married to a man. It just pissed me off, because now you're pitching this to children, and Santa Claus is gay too. They had a book out with two Santa Clauses gay. And they're making so bad, the people who made the book were parents. They were regular mother and father parents. And they said, we should make a gay book where two Santa Claus are men, one black and one white, and they are, they're the ones who's doing a whole Christmas thing, but they love each other. Like they're intimate with each other. They're having sex with each other. This is what you want to pitch to your children. This is what you want to do. You want to, man, listen. Man, listen. You ever bring nothing like that to my house? Ever. You looking at getting a very, very violent and abrupt reaction. Because the word clearly says that homosexuality is an abomination. It's an abomination. Like God hates it. Hates it. It's an abomination. Like you're looking for the wrath of God. It's an abomination. It's totally contrary to your purpose as a person to do this. It's totally contrary. 100%. There's nothing in it that reproduces. There's nothing. There's not one act of reproduction in it. It is impossible, other than you messing with your body in some weird scientific way. It is impossible to reproduce. And that's why God hates it, because it's not natural. And even in the Netflix show, the man said, listen, this is not natural. He's telling the girl, he's like, what you are is not natural. Now, I didn't necessarily like the fact that he said what she was not natural. But you got to understand, this is back in 1963, so their way of speaking was very direct. I would have liked it better if he was said, what you're doing is not natural. You know, because, I mean, she's a woman, she's natural, but her act of what she was doing was not natural. But like I said, this is 1963. So I just had a problem with it, and Netflix is doing this in a lot of their shows, and some of their shows are so good. But I can't with this. I'm in. What up, Daniels? Tyrese? I'm sorry if I'm sorry if I messed it up. So for you people who are gay out there, I don't have personally anything against you. The word has something against what you're doing. Like I said, I know gay people, and I tell them all the time, listen, I'm cool with you. Just don't push your agenda on me, because I'm going to be very violent if you do. And they know that, so they never did. They know that. They understood that 100%. And one guy, he actually is married to a woman now. Because every time I saw him, I was just like, yo, let's go get some females. You know, let's go. He's like, nah, I don't like women. I'm just like, dude, you ever been with a woman? He's just like, no. I was like, you don't know what you're missing. I was like, let's go holler at some honeys. And, you know, now he's married to a woman, beautiful woman too. I'm like, yeah, you did good. You did good. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. You did good. So I don't beat up on people who are gay. I don't come at them and slap them with the Bible and all this other stuff. I just don't do it. But if they want to be cool with me, I let them know where I stand very quickly. I do not push your agenda. I'm not going to go to no gay club. I'm not going to hang around your gay friends. They're not going to come over in my house. I'm not doing none of that. You're not going to come over here and call each other the B word and think it's cool. I'm not doing none of that. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. No. I'm not trying to come over your house and do all this. No, I'm not. Because I'm not going to celebrate your lifestyle. That lifestyle. Now, you as a human being, 100%. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But when you start dipping into what your sexuality does and how you guys act, I'm out. I'm 100% out. Don't try to convince me to be otherwise either, or I'll just stop talking to you. I don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? But, to the few gay friends that I did have, one of them actually died of AIDS. Two of them actually died of AIDS. You know what I'm saying? One was married to a man, and the other guy just, it's just the way he was. And, but both of them died of AIDS, and, it broke my heart. So, yeah, I know people who are, homosexual, but I do not push their agenda. I don't celebrate their agenda. I celebrate them, but I do not celebrate their agenda. You know what I'm saying? At all. So it just bothered me that Netflix was doing this, or is doing this, and I don't think Netflix cares. Like, I want to just write them, You know what I really want to do is I want to write them or whoever is in these shows like, listen, I really love your show. I love your show, but you're tearing down the family. You shot and killed the dad who just wanted his wife and kid, and you inserted a woman as the man's role. How are men supposed to feel about that? Like, if you're going to have this agenda that you're pushing, don't kill the father. You killed him, and you try to make it seem like an accident. Listen, they do this all the time. They try to make it seem like an accident, but it's a purpose accident. Like, oh, it was an accident. The kid still had powers. The gun accidentally went off, bounced off the kid, and shot the dad. No. That's not what happened. What happened is you wanted to inject this homosexual life into a regular family. And that's what you did. And when you injected this life, you had the father being the resistant one, even though he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything for her to stray to him. He didn't do anything wrong. So your purpose for her to come into, the wife's life, I mean, the whole thing is just crazy, but you kill him. Like, that's a very definite statement. You murdered him. And then the girl goes back to the future. So she doesn't end up with the wife. And the wife and kid ride off like nothing happened. Like, there's not a dead body at the crib. The dad is just laying there dead, and the wife gets in the car with the kid and rides off. And everything's fine. That's what I'm saying. This is the way America looks at men. Like, oh, I got my child. I'm off. No, man, I hated that. When you killed the dad, I hated it. Because I thought they was going to make it seem like the dad was cheating on the mother. The dad was slapping the boy out. He didn't do nothing. He was trying his best to protect the boy, and he was making love to his woman. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. He went out, he worked. You know what I'm saying? He came home, was like, baby, I just made a bunch of money. I wish I would. Get married. Have a child. And then my wife, all of a sudden, starts bugging out with another girl. That we were doing a favor. Look, they were doing a favor for this girl. They accidentally hit her and was just like, listen, you can just stay with us until you get better. And then you betray the man. The man was completely betrayed, 100%. This is the way they look at men. We're expendable. We don't matter. The woman keeps the child. See, that's what's wrong with America. It's okay for the man to die. And it was a boy child. So the boy doesn't need his father. Our sons don't need their fathers. Fathers are expendable. That's the way Netflix is portraying it. Fathers aren't. You don't need your father. You don't need your dad. You do not need a male figure in the house. He gave his seed for you to be here. Now you can just completely disregard anything he says. Discard him. As a matter of fact, go ahead and just kill him off. Just go ahead. We don't need him. We can just be fine just without him. Listen, how influential do you think that man is in the house? To a son. I'm going to tell you something. You need fathers. There should be programs when I think there are. I wish these programs were more visible. Where the father is. I just think the father, listen, everybody's praising women as if women don't do anything wrong. Like, they don't make no mistakes. And I think this is completely retarded. Like, on Mother's Day, You can't say, okay, on Father's Day, I seen some women posting, well, don't forget about the mothers, as if we don't have Mother's Day. And I was like, you can't even thank the father without some goofy women jumping in there and like, well, what about us? It's your day every freaking day, according to America. Fathers get one day, and a woman's, what about us? You're neglecting us. Every holiday is catered around you. There's even a Sweeties Day. Do you think that's for the man? It's not for the man. That's for you. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous how much you're supposed to cater to this woman 24/7 as if you're some kind of robot. And a man is completely expendable. Listen, I don't mind catering to a woman. But I mind catering to a woman and get nothing in return. Oh, I mind that absolutely. And I mind that when she doesn't cater back to me, you're out of your damn mind. Go cater to some other man then. I'm not going to work my ass off. This is why I don't think marriage is a good contract. Because you work it, listen, before you even get married, it's a bad contract. I think dating is good. But marriage, if it's not under God, and let's get this straight. Look at what happened to Tracy Morgan. His wife wants half of his $90 million he got because Walmart killed his brother. This woman wants half because she has a baby with him. You want half of Tracy Morgan's $90 million because his brother died. Or whatever that incident was with Walmart. So you get, I can't. I'm just going to be like Paul. I'm just going to be by myself. I can't. And I love me some sisters. I love me some chocolate sisters. My God, I have issues when I get around them. It's just bad for me. But when I get my head out of the clouds and start thinking of the dangers of signing a contract with one of them, it's very sobering. Like, if you do this and she cheats on you and you divorce her, you're paying for the divorce. You pay for the divorce. And if you have kids with her, you're still obligated to pay, of course, child support or whatever, but at the level of the money in which you made. And if you get remarried, she can turn around you and sue you for more child support based on the amount of money that you and your new wife make. Not only that, if you guys have a house and the house is in your name and she lives under that roof, guess who's going to get the house? After you worked your ass off to get all that. Marriage is a bad contract under America. Under God, it's a good contract. Under America, it's a terrible contract. It's a terrible, 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 terrible contract for the man. The man loses on every aspect. And she takes your kid and or kids. I know the story of this one woman who, she was black too, and it just hurt to hear that she was a black woman because this is just was so crazy. What she did was she went and cheated on her husband and stayed with the guy for like 3 days and came back and was just like, yeah, I was over so-and-so's house. You know, we were doing whatever. And I'm getting a divorce. Yeah, I'm divorcing you. And I'm taking the kids. And that's exactly what she did. He lost his house and his kids just because she wanted to fool around with another man. That's it. And he can only see kids like every few months. It was just such a sad story that it was just unexplainable how America can allow this to happen. But the man is the bad guy. Men are bad. Men are bad. Women are good. Men are bad. You're hearing all these comedians talking about how stupid men are. I hate every single one of those jokes. Every single one. I'm just like, what are you talking about? I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. I'm not lacking. I may not know something. I mean, if you ask me about astrophysics, I don't know. But you're just going all out, call me stupid. You know, men are stupid. I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're saying it's just to cater to some coochie sitting in the audience. I don't give a damn about her coochie. Not one. Not one. I can care less about her. I don't want nothing from her. And the rest of them. So don't call me stupid. I went off with some girl on Facebook and she called me stupid in her own little way. Trying to say I need help with reading comprehension. I was like, don't call me stupid. I'm not stupid. Not whatsoever. Shoot, I have a degree too. Even if I didn't, I'm still not stupid. Like what, you got a degree? So what? I got an undergrad too. Now what? Don't call me stupid. Anyway, so I just wanted to vent about that, and I'm just gonna have to change what I watch. It hurts so bad because some of these shows were written pretty good, but when you start really looking into it, it's just the devil inside. It's the devil in the details is what it is. That's really what it is. And it hurts. It just does. It just does. I think marriage under God is a beautiful thing because the husband knows what he should be doing and the wife knows what she should be doing. That's it, that's all. And there's a perfect understanding of what they should be doing and how they should be treating each other. And the Bible clearly states how you should treat your wife and how the wife should treat her husband. It's cut and dry. And I think that's a beautiful union. And I think you're going to have some snares and bumps because you're human. That's what it is. But as far as you running off with, no, and then killing off the male, anybody who subscribes to that, you can just go away from me because I don't want nothing to do with you. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to go. I'm probably going to come back live and make some music, but you guys don't have any questions, then I'm going to go ahead and go. And yeah, it's a sad day. It's a sad day for the family. All right. You guys take it easy. God loves you.